Bam! Peace, YouTube subscribers and wrestling fans tuning in worldwide on Wrestling News Talk, the Facebook fan page, Andre_Corbeil on Twitter, or right here on YouTube at Andre Corbeil or Andre Corbeil 2. So yeah, thank you for all your supporting the channels, and we're rolling on. And what are we rolling on with, everybody? Yeah, your November 25th, 2013 WWE Monday Night Raw full show review and recap. Yeah, the full results show. Now, coming off the heels of Survivor Series and the possible tease of a unification title match between the WWE Champion Randy Orton and the World Heavyweight Champion John Cena looming in the balance. And hey, since I'm a fan of the great history and lineage of the big gold belt, yeah, the legacy, I figured I'd give each and every one of you knowledgeable, passionate wrestling fans a WWE Raw review from Andre Corbeil. Yeah, right here on Andre Corbeil 2. So yeah, make sure to tune in to the main Andre Corbeil channel on December 7th, yeah, 2013. Coming up, everybody, for the return of the Can-Am Wrestling Show with Big Ray from OneWrestling.com and Andre Corbeil as we bring you wrestling fans, yeah, worldwide, a 30-plus minute wrestling broadcast unlike any other in the YWC. Tune in and check it out every Saturday on Wrestling News Talk, the Facebook fan page, exclusively on Andre Corbeil, the main channel on here, YouTube. So yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button, get on board, hit the like button, hit the share button, and get this channel out there, everybody. So yeah, let's get ready worldwide as Ray and Andre Corbeil return with episode 8 of the Can-Am Wrestling Show. And hey, I also want to send a special shout out and a rest in peace to Canadian wrestling legend, the one and only Maurice Mad Dog Vachon. Yeah, rest in peace. Now you can go join your niece, Luna, and yeah, reunite. So yeah, rest in peace, Mad Dog. Now let's roll on with our November 25th Monday Night Raw episode, hailing from Long Island, New York, with the WWE Champion Randy Orton in the ring cutting a promo, saying that everyone in the WWE Universe basically owes him an apology for doubting him and thinking he wouldn't retain. Now, last night was the Survivor Series, and he did retain, so he ended up in a nutshell calling out Mr. and Mrs. Levesque into the ring. Now, Triple H basically congratulates him in a nutshell and goes on about potential and motivation and adversity and all of that kind of stuff. Now, he also told Randy that he did exactly what was expected of him. Randy took the mic and says he didn't need their help to prove that he's the face of the company. Triple H then explains to Randy the help was necessary because he looked like he was going to lose the title. Yeah, so Randy denies that and rants on about being the face and the greatest superstar in the last 50 years of the WWE's lineage. Yeah, right. All I gotta say, everybody, is, oh yeah, Macho Madness, the lovely Elizabeth, and yeah, the madness coming at you, dig it? Oh yeah, dig it. But I digress. So then this brings out our World Heavyweight Champion, John Cena, who introduces himself to Randy as the World Champ, and let's cut through the administrative bullshit and adds, the time has come for one World Champion. And he asks Randy if he's got the guts, yeah, and put the final nail in WCW's coffin here as John Cena ends up challenging for a unification match. And the final nail in WCW's coffin is here, everybody, and I'm very, very sad. And yeah, to a chorus of yes, yes, yes chants from the Long Island crowd. And yeah, it really put a pit in my stomach, and I wasn't very happy about it, but I digress. So yeah, let's roll on. Like I said, he asked the world champion if he has the guts, and if we're going to have a unification match, basically, as Cena challenges, and yeah, the legend of that big, beautiful gold belt. Yeah, it's in question, everybody. So comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of that. Are you going to miss this belt? Because obviously, this is the title that's going to go bye-bye. And yeah, the legend of that gorgeous belt. Yeah. I can only think of the legends that held that beautiful belt, watching down from above and turning and spinning in their graves, looking down at this promo. Yeah, Triple H then declares that they'll both face each other in a tables, ladders, and chairs match coming up at TLC, as both champions hold up their titles in the air, facing each other. Now, comment below, wrestling fans, and let me know how you feel about all of this. Yeah, and which title actually is nicer looking to you guys, and which is more importantly more important to you. So anyway, I digress, and we roll on with the Shield versus, we roll on with the Shield versus the Brothers Rhodes and Rey Mysterio. And I have to say that Dustin Rhodes, everybody, he's timeless, and something for fans that are against wrestlers that are 40 and up to really think about. But anyway, I digress. Now the Shield took control right off the bat, keeping Dustin at bay. Now Dustin did have a few offensive bursts throughout this, but the Shield cut him off very, very well and kept the beating going until the double DDT gave Rey Mysterio the hot tag, and he's been gone for a while, so I was pretty happy to see this. So yeah, Rey gets the hot tag, and he totally turned the tide instantly. But that didn't last long, everybody, as a double collision put an end to that really quickly. Now, moving on, Cody gets the tag and almost gets the 1-2-3 count on Dean Ambrose. Yeah, but that was followed up with an Alabama slam. Then we get Rey and Dustin taken out by Roman Reigns. Then Ambrose ends up getting the victory, pinning Cody Rhodes 1-2-3, smack dab in the middle of the ring. Now, I thought this match was really good, everybody. It was a good way to open up the in-ring portion of the show, and yeah, the match had a real great pace. So yeah, I was overall happy with it. Now we roll on with the Miz TV segment, and damn, I wish Maurice was the only guest every week on the show. Comment below, everybody. Yummy, yum, yum, yum. You gotta love those French-Canadian women, but I digress. So rolling on, Miz calls out his special guest, who is Michael Strahan, former Super Bowl champion, who basically ends up being Titus O'Neil. They go on and they make fun of him. He has a black spot, a gap painted in between his front two teeth, and they make fun of him until Michael actually comes out. Now, he basically announces Randy Orton versus Alberto Del Rio versus John Cena and the Big Show. Now, Miz cuts him off. They gibber back and forth with the insults, and yeah, this was one big, long waste of time, and the rest of this segment was freaking awful. So awful that I'm not even going to touch base on that. This was basically to announce the main event, and it took like 20 minutes or whatever. But I digress. I'm not getting negative here. Now we roll on with Curtis Axel and Ryback featuring versus Big E and Rick Ross. Oops, I mean Mark Henry. as they face off in a tag team match. Now Big E takes control early until Ryback puts an end to it to a chorus of Goldberg chants. Then we have Rick Ross and Axel going at it for a while. The match ends up pretty fast, a little short, as Mark Henry puts the world's strongest slam, earning him the 1-2-3 victory. And like I said, it was a short match. An okay match, though, but like I said, it could have been longer, and wasn't really anything super special, but good enough. Now we roll on with a 7-on-7 elimination match that saw the Total Divas take on the Real Divas. Now, Brie eliminates Aksana, Nikki eliminates Rosa Mendez, then Tamina Fox takes care of JoJo, Eva Marie eliminates Alicia Fox to a chorus of boos, and we follow that up with Natalya, who taps out, I can't remember who, followed by AJ rolling up Natalya, then Brie botches a drop kick, and then shortly after that, eliminates her, leaving Summer Rae as the final competitor from the one side against all odds. Now, both Bellas and Eva Marie then have a dance-off, and yeah, it was a waste of time for that portion of the match. Anyway, I digress, and moving forward, Nikki hits a backdrop, eliminating Summer Rae and giving the win to the Bellas and Eva, who pick up the win. Now, I enjoyed this match, except for the little dancing shenanigans, but the match gets the check mark and the pass here. Some eye candy, and hey, I digress. Rolling on with the King and Damien Sandow in the ring as he awaits the fate of the WWE app poll that determines what match stipulation him and Dolph Ziggler will have tonight. And it ends up being a Hamptons hardcore match. And was this a stab at TNA's Florida Death Match from Turning Point last week? Who knows, but I digress. We roll on with tennis balls, golf clubs, tennis rackets. Hey, shout out to the one and only Jim Cornette. Yeah, you betcha. Anyway, the action starts, and Sandow had the bulk of the offense early on, and it went outside. Ziggler basically clotheslined Sandow over the barricade into the crowd. Then Ziggler's knocked out by a sponge-tipped microphone. Then we go to break. When we return from the break, it's Sandow in the ring, and he's in full control. He insults the New York Islander fans in the crowd by draping their jersey over top of Dolph Ziggler's face and delivering an elbow right to the crest. Then Ziggler basically sprays him with a fire extinguisher, which turns the tide around, followed by an oar shot. Yeah, the paddle from from a boat or whatever, and then follows that up with a famouser. Now we get a Randy Savage chant, and I thank each and every one of the fans for continuing to remember the Macho Man and how great he was. And the chant even returned a second time during this match, which was really, really, really nice to hear. So yeah, special shout out to you Long Island, New York fans. Yeah. But I digress. Now back to the match. We have Sandow crushing Ziggler with a garbage can and finishes Dolph Ziggler off, as Jerry Lawler called him, Dolph Giggler. Yeah, hit him with a garbage can and finishes off Dolph Giggler. So go back and watch the match. Yeah, you'll hear Jerry Lawler call him Dolph Giggler. I laughed really hard at that. But I digress. Now it's time to roll on with the biggest embarrassment to Italians, everybody, everywhere, even the pizza maker. So the pizza maker might make a video about the Santino Marella and how angry and how much of an embarrassment he is to Italian fans worldwide. No parades for you, Santina. Anyway, this segment was with Michael Strahan again, who were basically approached and offered a sheep mask. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Not too sure what to think of this segment, but it was okay, so I digress. Now we roll on with Renee Paquette in the ring as she calls out CM Punk and Daniel Bryan to the biggest pop of the night as they shoot on their 3-on-2 handicap match versus the Wyatt family in a fun, interactive promo, and the fans were really enjoying it here. But anyway, in a nutshell, it gets interrupted by Bray on the Titantron, lighting a lamp, and our match is underway after they came down to the ring. And the action was back and forth early, with Bray finally coming in once the tide had finally definitively been in favor of the Wyatt family. So yeah, Rowan comes in, so does Punk. We end up outside the ring as Punk hits a massive dive through the ropes, a missile dive, and follows it up in the ring with a top rope elbow drop a la Macho Man Randy Savage. Now Punk signals the go to sleep motion, but is distracted by the Wyatts outside the ring. Now that turns the tide, and they end up in a nutshell isolating Punk into their corner. We get a gator roll from Luke till Daniel Bryan comes in, and yeah, the crowd was going nuts, and they were really, really pumped as Daniel Bryan served up some kicks. He served up some drop kicks, and the family, yeah, we ended up in a cluster bump in the middle of the ring. Yeah, I didn't want to swear, everybody. So yeah, it ended up in a no contest result as the Wyatts basically afterwards beat the hell out of Bryan and Punk, and they take Bryan to the back after leaving Punk lying in the middle of the ring. Now Punk slowly gets up and he tries to follow, but is taken out by the Shield. Yeah, nice spear by Roman Reigns. They roll Punk into the ring and destroy him. Yeah, with the triple power bomb, laying him out. Good match that went back and forth here with like I said, the triple bomb laying him out, and it was a real decent pace, and it was the ending that I really found interesting, everybody, and we're definitely going to have to see where it goes from here. I really enjoyed that ending, everybody. Now we roll on with Bam, 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 Kofi Kingston versus I'm Awesome, The Miz, in a match that you could hear a pin drop in during. And I kind of feel bad for The Miz, as I feel he never, ever should have been a face. A heel's what he is, and he's a natural heel. Now, this match was alright, but like I said, the crowd was just not into it. Now, how many of you would rather see Maurice instead of The Miz on WWE programming? Comment below, just something I'm wondering. Yeah, comment below, let me know, Maurice or Miz, right here on Andre Corbeil, and don't be shy to leave your comments. This is an interactive channel of wrestling news, previews, predictions, reviews, Q&As, Q&A response videos, wrestling analysis, and wrestling news talk. Yeah, wrestling news talk. So stay tuned, hit the subscribe button, like I said, hit the like button, hit the share button, and get on board this channel. Yeah, Andre Corbeil, 4,000 knowledgeable, passionate wrestling fans, and this new Andre Corbeil 2 channel, just growing, everybody. So yeah, Kofi came close to winning before The Miz basically rolls him up after a badly botched top rope crossbody block, earning The Miz the 1-2-3 win. Then we roll on, and yeah, this was good. I enjoyed it, even though it was a marketing ploy and whatever. Yeah, we get, like I said, we get a marketing commercial for WWEshop.com with the three faces of Foley, and basically in a nutshell, all three faces, and Mick, he gave us a nice day. So have a nice day, everybody! Anyway, then we roll on with R-Truth in the ring, and he calls out Consequences Creed, and the Funkadactyls are joining him as he faces Heath Slater, and man, has Consequences Creed ever lost a few steps since his run a few years back in TNA? Yeah, really, he's put on some weight, he's slowed down considerably, but we'll see how he's used, how WWE utilizes him, and yeah, they put a lot of flash around him tonight, so I'm not going to judge yet, other than the basis that he has lost a step, he's slowed down considerably, and he's quite a bit thicker. So yeah, we all know who loses here, everybody, as Creed picks up the 1, 2, 3, and yeah, we all dance in the ring. So anyway, like I said, they surrounded him with a lot of flash, a lot of pep, and a lot of color, everybody, for Consequences Creed. Now it's time for our main event match, as Randy Orton and Alberto Del Rio take on John Cena and the Big Show! And Big Show takes it to Del Rio for a few minutes, pinning him in multiple corners and laying vicious, vicious chops. Now Orton is tagged in, and the show continues, to hit those corner chops on him as well. We end up with some back and forth action, everybody, and Cena and Del Rio really went at it hard here. Comment below, let me know what you guys thought of it. Anyway, I digress. Cena tags in the show, who delivers a sky-high back body drop, a kick, and then, it totally dropped the show. Yeah, Alberto Del Rio hit him with a really heavy kick, and Big Show started showing the effects from last night's pay-per-view. And Orton comes in, taking full advantage of it, of a groggy Big Show, and the beating continued, everybody. As we get a second super kick delivered from Del Rio, and then we had a medic come into the ring, basically assessing the show, asking the show if he was okay. Now, not even a second after the show showed that he was okay or whatever, Randy Orton attacks him, reversing a choke slam. He attacked him, and then Big Show reversed it with a choke slam, following it up with an attempted punt kick that the show also turned into a spear. Now, Cena, who taps out Del Rio with the STF submission for the win, was the end of the match, and that wasn't the end. Cena's attacked by Del Rio to no avail. Yeah, Cena spins it around until Orton basically comes in, and what does he do, everybody? He blindsides the World Heavyweight Champion, with the WWE Championship. He rolls outside the ring like the Viper he is, grabs that World Heavyweight Championship, the historic WCW title, and he holds them both up above Cena's lying carcass, and the show pans out, everybody. So this is Andre Corbeil's first WWE Raw review of the year, everybody. I'm consistent and loyal with the WWE pay-per-views on the main Andre Corbeil channel, so hit the subscribe button on that channel. Hit the subscribe button right here. It was an interesting show. Like I said, and like a lot of other people have said before and in the past, that these 3-hour Raws, they have quite a bit of filler in the show. But anyway, like I said in the beginning of the video, the main purpose, the main reason for doing this inaugural Andre Corbeil WWE Monday Night Raw review, full show recap and results show, right here on the channel, was because of the lineage of that beautiful big gold belt. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I can only think of all the late great wrestlers up there looking down from above in disgust. So comment below, everybody. Let me know if you enjoyed this review. Let me know if you would like me to continue and do more WWE Raw reviews. Let me know how I did, everybody. Like I said, this is my inaugural WWE Raw review for 2013, right here on the Andre Corbeil 2 channel. And this is the secondary channel, just a safety net channel to keep knowledgeable, passionate wrestling fans tuning in worldwide. And why do I do it, everybody? Why do you guys do it? Why do you tune in? Because I'm a knowledgeable, passionate wrestling fan. I know each and every one of you guys tuning in and supporting these channels are knowledgeable, passionate wrestling fans too. Support OneWrestling.com, Bill Apter, Big Ray, support Andre Corbeil, Andre Corbeil 2, Wrestling News Talk on Facebook, Andre Corbeil on Andre_Corbeil on Twitter. And thank you for all your support. Now, I have a little schlig, I have a little gimmick, everybody, here, and it's a gimmick I truly believe in. And what is that, everybody? We're all in this for one thing. And what's that, everybody? Wrestling.